Sure. See this out real quick. Okay. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call hello, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Bakar Kodash. Send double honor to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone. Send much peace, love, salutations to y'all came out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, sincerity and truth. It's Brother Ariala. And as you can see from the title, I called it Path to the Motb, Shutdown / UBI. And UBI stands for Universal Basic Income. Because all of the events that you see are preparing this Western economy for the mark of the beast. It's getting people into that mode and into that mindset of the mark of the beast. Okay, and so as we see these shutdowns strain people out, they're going to be clamoring for a solution, permanent solution that they can trust and thrive off of. Okay, so yeah, I had this. We read this. I've been reading the scripture almost on every single one of the path to the Motbs of Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity in the sea and the waves roaring. And we always go into that word perplexity and how it talks about lack of resources, lack of knowing what to do. And that's the state that you see people in, all right, especially our people because of the curses. Here in Deuteronomy 28, where it basically talks about the blessings and the cursings. After you read past the 15th verse, it talks about the curses that will come to our people for disobeying the Lord. And one part of this in verse 48, it says, and therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. Now, we've been downtrodden in this society. We have a large group of our people that are dependent upon our enemy's government to send them aid each month just to get food. And just like a slave, any type of slave, when we were in hardcore bondage, when we still had the yoke of iron around our neck, we depended on our slave masters for our daily rations and portions of food. And now with the government shutdowns, this has come back around, okay? Because you got lots of our people, which tons and tons of Edomites are on the SNAP program. In fact, more Edomites than our people are on this WIC SNAP program. They just make you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans the face of government handouts because it fits their narrative. But with this happening, it's going to stress our people out because we were cursed to go to this man for the want of all things. Okay, and I was watching this video here, and there was some good points. I'm gonna play the beginning of it, but then I'm gonna skip and go to the middle of this video because these are the type of things that are gonna lead to them coming with a solution, which is going to be the Motb. Okay, so let me play this.
Takes to go through a can of this, like, this is crazy. Look at this little can, and certain babies need specific types of milk. This is $61 for one container. $52, you guys.
It's funny how these people never talk about breastfeeding. You have free milk in your titty. You have free formula that God allows you to make sitting inside of your titty. But you complaining about formula. Pop your titty out and save the money.
$60. This is why we need big programs, guys. There is no way possible that these women are going to be able to afford this milk. That is ridiculous. They are setting us up for failure.
Our people are so far gone that they're crying about instant milk from the so-called white man, from their enemy, when they got free milk inside of their breast, inside of their titty. You don't need the SNAP program to feed your baby milk. Pop your titty out and stop being lazy. But this is the situation that our people put themselves into because of disobedience to the Heavenly Father and being ignorant. Being ignorant. Okay? Then you got natural formulas that, my children, they breastfed. And then we gave them like almond milk. Stuff like that. Everything they need. All right? But more and more of this stuff is going to come down the pipe. Not just on formula, but these people are not going to be able to afford anything.
So we got to talk about this. SNAP benefits, food stamps. It's all about the change. Everything's about the change. It's going to be very interesting. Come November, things are changing. I want to know what you got to think about this. Comments down below. There is a whole new process going in. SNAP, EB.
Now, it's funny how Esau is only showing blacks and Latinos complaining. When this going down, it's going to affect millions of Edomite people. Millions. Okay? It's going to be a problem. Okay? Yeah, beautiful. Jim has feed the flock, put 2nd Ezra 8 and 10. For thou hast commanded out of the parts of the body, that is to say, out of the breast, milk to be given, which is the fruit of the breasts. It's simple. It's a simple solution. And these women be having some big ass saggy titties. You know it can be producing some milk. That's what our women were known for. Back in the time of hardcore slavery, is breastfeeding the so-called white man's kids, nursing them. You pull a titty out and feed your baby. Weirdo. Verse 11 says that the thing which is fashioned may be nourished for a time till thou disposes it to thy mercy. Right. See? Matthew 24:19. And woe unto them that are with child, to them that give suck in those days. Right? It's going to be bad out here. It's going to be bad out here. And it's going to get worse. But they making you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans the face of the rebellion that's happening inside of America to justify what they're about to do. They're cracking down on the urban centers of America. They're deporting you Latinos, rounding you up even if you're illegal. Even if you are legal, you are the face of the problem of the so-called white man wanting to reestablish, and affirm his superiority and supremacy. All right? And he needs you guys in a frantic so he can bring on more draconian laws. Okay?
Food stamps. And we're going to watch some of these videos. We're going to see what people got to say about it, because there's a lot going on. There's some really, really things. I mean, they shut down a store the other day because of the riots. Let's get to it.
Donald Trump just fucked up. Like, why would you take away these people benefits? We literally just had to go home because everybody came into my grocery store. I work at Walmart. Everybody came into Walmart, bum rushing, stealing, like filling up buggies, running out the store, like just putting all the groceries in their cart because he want to cut off motherfucking food stamps. Y'all, this shit is crazy. Like, I think y'all are getting y'all food stamps in November, or maybe some of y'all is not, but like, they literally just had to like do emergency evacuation at our store because everybody came in going crazy over like food for their kids and shit. And I'm not gonna hold y'all. Isn't this the same orange dude that y'all voted for to be in presidency? Like, isn't this the same dude, the same Lorax man y'all voted for? Like, y'all, this crazy. They literally had to like evacuate all of the employees at my job to the back because everybody came in stealing. Everybody said fuck Christmas, holidays. Like, we finna just take everything out this bitch. Like, this shit is crazy.
Since they want to take food stamps away, I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to rack up any damn Walmart, throw this shit right in the basket. I'm going right about that bitch. Move and get the fuck out of my way. I'm not paying for a damn thing. Y'all got me fucked up.
And I hope these Negroes do this so the so-called white men can beat the hell out of them. Because that's just what's going to happen. Okay? But this is what happens when you have to go to this man for the want of all things. All right? When you're at the lowest of the low. Our people are cooked. Absolutely cooked in this society.
Ain't got no food stamp, no EBT. Oh, watch this. Watch this. I'm about to, it's about to be some bullshit. It about to be some shit. I'm about to go in that bitch masked up, you hear me? Masked up, racking every damn thing up off the damn shelf, throwing that shit in a basket, walking clean about it.
Straight up like this, I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cards and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit, swipe my link card, as soon as that bitch say ain't no pending balance on there.
Honestly, I feel like this is a whole rage bait thing. Next month, knowing it's Thanksgiving and they quote unquote taking the food stamps away from us, they're just trying to see how bad it's gonna get. They really trying to test us. So we're gonna have to make an example out of their ass. We're gonna go to the motherfucking store, fill up how hard all the way to the top of that motherfucker. We all gonna station our buggies in a line.
And that's why, in this truth, man, we teach we teach bros and brothers and sisters, man, to just do what you got to do. Pay your taxes, handle your business, do this and do that, Because if Jake get out here riding and stuff, Esau is going to be justified in the hammer that they bring down. They're going to be justified in it. It makes me think about that one scripture. I want to say Romans 13. Romans 13. Yeah, be subject to government. Yeah, Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be ordained of the Most High, right? So that's why the scripture says, vengeance is of the Lord. It says, whosoever therefore resists the power, resists the ordinance of the Most High. Right now, the Most High got Esau set up, right? And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation, for the rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. See? And so once these people talking about rioting and doing this and doing that, man, they're going to be caught up out here. And they're going to send them ICE soldiers, right? It's going to be all holy hell out here, man. It's going to be absolute chaos. Okay? It's going to be chaos, bro. So, you see, like that's what I said. Jigsaw. God. Times upon you put Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are aside as children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge, man. No knowledge, man. So they're going to be out here bad. And I believe a lot of this stuff that we see online is just AI. It's propaganda. It's just putting a message out there to get people to think one way or think another. It's to get your spirit prepared for what they're getting ready to do. Okay? A lot of this stuff, man, is propaganda. It's not even real. You know. GMS in the Truth Orlando put 1 Peter 2:13. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king, as supreme, or unto governor, as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of them that do well. Right? It says, for so it is the will of the Most High that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. Right? So they're not going to be able to Big D. Yeah, I literally was gonna go over that, man. Yep. I literally was gonna go over that. How it's AI. A lot of this stuff is AI, bro. A lot of this stuff is AI. It's fake. But the point is the spirit that they pushing out here, man. They pushing it, bro. Okay. They're pushing it out there, bro. Yep. And Required Quorum, I sent you the link if you want to jump in. So as these people get ramped up, we're going to see, you know what I mean? Right now we're in the government shutdown. If they shut down these food stamps and do all that and these people start wilding out, they're going to need a solution. And that solution is going to be the Motb. For sure. But let me skip, because I want to make a point. Because what is real is the fact that these businesses are being hurt by this.
15th, which were 2 days ago, will not be issued. So it is true. I know we're seeing a lot of different stuff online, articles, but it is true. I've been officially notified as an employee with the state at the welfare office. So if the federal government does not come up and running as of November, food stamps will not be issued.
I mean, we see all these comments here over and over, people saying that they're about to break stuff. So do you appease the mob? Do you hold politicians accountable? Or do we just let the mob go? I mean, we got to think about the kids, though. The kids being without, that's what really hurts me about all this. I know it's supposed to be, assistance. Some of these programs, the budget is so huge on them. And we'll see later in this video, some people are really trying to break this down.
In trouble. The USDA just sent out a nationwide notice saying that every state that participates in SNAP is not to dispense any SNAP funds November 1st. Like literally a direct notice to not dispense any SNAP. So whatever you got now, you hold on to it. If you just received it, buy smart, buy rice, buy beans, anything that's shelf stable. Whatever you get with your benefits this month needs to be shelf stable. That is top priority.
And a nigga ain't gonna buy something shelf stable. They're gonna buy nothing but perishable goods, or it's gonna be something that has no nutritional value, no, just empty calories. Fruit snacks. I gotta have my fruit snacks. Debbie cakes. They're not thinking, let me get some rice and beans, something that can last. Let me get some canned goods. They ain't thinking that. Because they used to living deliciously in this place, man. Isaiah 32:9 says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right? They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the house of joy in all the joy city. For the palaces shall be forsaken, the multitude of the city shall be left, the forts and towers shall be for dens forever, a joy of wild asses, a pasture of flocks. See? So all of this, the delicacies, the daintiness, yeah, niggas buying Cheetos and Kool-Aid, all that BS. That's what they get, man. So yeah, that's why the scripture says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease," and now they're getting ready to shut down these snap cards. They're gonna find out. They're gonna find out real quick.
Get in touch with your local pantries, because I know that I am. That's for God sure.
November 1st, they're going to cut off SNAP benefits. This is going to have major effect on all of us, guys, not just the people who are losing their benefits. Because you need to think, all these people who are losing the ability to buy food when the economy is already in the gutter and things are already at just ridiculous pricing.
The prices just keep going up and up. He's correct. And they're going to continue to go up. We're in the great melt up right now.
The value of the dollar is going down. That's what's happening. The value of the dollar is rapidly going down, and it is on purpose. Why? Because they want to roll you into a new system. All right, so these businesses that have 40% of their customers that pay for their food with EBT. Imagine going several months when you already probably, most of these businesses are living off of leverage, they're living off of loans and debt, and 30 and 40% of their typical profits that will come from the EBT cards and stuff like that don't come in. And if people actually do start looting, these businesses will go out of business very quickly, extremely fast. Extremely fast. No problem. And so the business owner and the people that are buying, the buyers and the sellers in that time will be begging for a new system, for a solution. Okay? It's going to be a problem. I'm trying to told you. I'll read this from Jim S. Feet to Flock the Water. Ezekiel 4:16, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment, right? And with astonishment, right? That they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity. It's going to be a problem out here, man. And it can happen extremely fast. Extremely fast. It's not going to take long.
I've talked about this for years. We are at the situation right now where we're going to look up next year, things are going to be 10% more. I'm going to show in another video about how some of these Walmart price tags are changing every morning. What if the price tomorrow was 30 cents more than it is today? $1 more than it is today? Quarter more than it is today? Would you just go out and binge purchase? It's coming. I'm going to show you.
How do you think that they're going to survive? What's next? Theft? They're going to have to start stealing food, which means prices are going to raise, which means they will lock things up, which means we might be in martial law a lot sooner than we thought. Because when they have to start controlling the food centers, the Walmarts, martial law, that's when bread lines and everything will start. Okay. When the food centers are no longer secure, that's when your lockdowns will really begin. And when you take the SNAP benefits away from all these people who already have nowhere else to turn, what do you think is going to be the result of this? These people are going to get into survival mode here soon. Whether they come to the stores and start rioting and ransacking the shelves in the stores, or they start coming to your cupboards, they're going to come looking for food here soon, because that's survival. Guys, this isn't good. This isn't good. And I hope that you guys are having discussions within your community about how to take care of one another. This economy is in the gutter. It's done. And they're going to flip the switch here soon. All right? They're lining up all the dominoes and they're knocking them down. And unless you are a billionaire, you are going to be affected by this. You are going to have a lifestyle change. We are talking about a financial reset, a world currency reset. This isn't done.
In my opinion, I think things are just going to get radically more expensive. It's going to go, houses are going to go up another 30% because they never fixed the housing problem before they started lowering interest rates. And now we're going to see a great melt up. We're going to see it in the stock market. We're going to see it all over the place because politicians know it's easier to print money, and people don't understand printing money, things getting more expensive, than crashing a market and then getting voted out. So they're going to just melt it up. And I keep saying this, that things are going to get more expensive. That loaf of bread is going to go up. That milk is going to go up. If in 2 to 5 years from now, things have gone up.
This dude talk about 2 to 5 years from now. Look, bro, we talking about 2 to 5 months from now. This place is absolutely cooked. Cooked. And it's beautiful. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their action shall stand in their power. Right? And this is what that one guy was talking about. You know, these people start raiding food centers like Walmart, you know, Kroger, Costco, whatever. It's going to take massive amounts of police work in order to control the city, because there's way more broke, poor people than there are people that are well off and taken care of. Right? So it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Right? These are the things that are set before us, man. And chaos is right around the corner. You know? Chaos is right around the corner. Like what Corey Plum says, it's gonna get spooky out here. Beautiful. GMS Salvation of the Elect posted 2 Ezra 8:50 in GNT. The people of this world who have lived their lives in pride and arrogance will suffer many things in the last days. Okay, and a part of that is going to be famine, pestilence. Okay. Another good scripture, Ezekiel 12 and 18. It says, "Son of man, eat thy bread with quaking, and drink thy water with trembling and with carefulness, and say unto the people of the land," you know, somebody gonna be ready to rip you off in that time, man. Take it from you. Okay. All right. So let's go back. I want to go to this next video real quick. And if y'all want to, this is a Yak Motley. Snap benefits vanishing. Okay. And I haven't even finished this video, so I don't know what's said after this. Let's see. It might be good. Let me see.
50% or more, what would your life be like? Start preparing now for it.
You guys realize that there's so many people talking about the food stamp cut that's going on, as far as like people not getting their food stamps for the month of November. But what I'm gonna say is probably not going to benefit you or change the narrative of what's going on for the month of November. But what I am going to say is that you guys realize that around the first of the month when the majority of people get their food stamps around the first of the month. Not everybody. Some people get them like on the 3rd, the 15th. It all depends. I don't know if it goes by your last name or what, but majority, if not all of these grocery stores around the U.S., they depend on those billions of dollars worth of food stamps to come in every single month.
It's true. There is a theory that the entitlement programs keep the government growing and afloat. If you cut off the entitlements, the food stamps, the EBT, all these things, many of these corporations would go down in value because that's what's keeping the whole machine going. You print money, you push it out in entitlement programs, you start a war, you push the dollars out, and things slowly creep up instead of exploding in price. And they just keep the velocity of money going.
They prep for it every month at their grocery store. That's why when you go into a store around the first of the month, you see fresh grapes. Everything looks so fresh and pretty because they know that it's going to leave those shelves quick. You guys realize, even if it's just the month of November and people don't get their food stamps, do you know how bad that's going to hurt the grocery stores? All those turkeys that's coming from all those farms is going to sit there. Millions of turkeys. They're going to have to get that stuff away. They can't let it just sit there and spoil. All that meat that sits there, guys, they have to mark that meat down and give it to you and sell it to you for discounted prices.
I want to know your thoughts down below on this.
Yeah, so definitely those millions of dollars that go out each month will affect these businesses big time. We'll go here.
Out his mouth, we heard him say this. We think we have a strong economy. The economy is pretty strong, but we are seeing pressure on the lower income tier, which is the black and brown tier, and the college student tier when it comes to job. Well, fam, they got more poor people than rich people in the world. So how the hell is the economy strong if the lower portion of the economy is feeling the pressure? You heard him say this verbatim. This not me making this up. We heard him say, we put the video up a couple weeks ago. We heard him say this, and now this just came out. The labor market is sliding. Increased consumer worry, meaning people are worried about a job. And guess what, y'all? We seeing big companies do what? Lay people off by the thousands. Okay, watch this. We are seeing the market do what? Run up because of what? The anticipation of what AI is going to do. They ain't even made money off it yet. This is the crazy part. If we go look at the earnings calls from last quarter, ain't nobody said how much money the AI that they buying is bringing in. If we go look at it, we can go look at the last quarter of earnings. Matter of fact, AI came in the game when they start really rewarding companies for AI, 2023. Late 2023, early 2024 was smoking. They went to counting. AI got mentioned 40 times on a call, 30 times on a call, 20 times on a call. The Patreon 2023, we went to having explosions. Why? And now we see it speeding up. So watch this, family. Jose sent me something today. Netflix is paying, how much, Jose? 7,000 or 700? 700,000 for anybody who can come in and implement AI to be more productive. This is a streaming company. This is a streaming company. Guess what they gonna do when they do that? You can go, 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 you can go. You know why? Because AI gonna replace you. Efficiency means I'm gonna pay the bulk of the money up front, and over the next 5 years, when I lay off these 10,000 people, I'm gonna be profitable because I don't got to pay them no more. That's what efficiency is. You gotta understand the words. Efficiency means how can I grow my business efficiently, increase the bottom line, increase the top line while taking off some of that payroll. Mark Zuckerberg ain't paying. That man say, listen, I will spend hundreds of, listen to the exact words right here. I will spend hundreds of billions of dollars so that my company is not late to the AI race. I need you to understand something. A man says, I will pay I'm willing to spend. Now listen to me. Meta is a company that has zero debt, which means he not at risk of going bankrupt. He also has a recurring revenue model that pushes millions of dollars an hour. Let me rephrase that. Hundreds of millions of dollars an hour. So guess what, y'all? That recurring revenue model is for show money. That's why he's building that big old AI facility that in what? Louisiana.
So yeah, so when they start really pushing, which they're already ready to do this. They're already ready to do this. AI is absolutely going to decimate the job market. The grinding is going to cease. Okay. You know, the grinding is going to cease. We read about it here. It's in Ecclesiastes 12:3. Right? It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. The job market is about to be decimated. So not only are you going to have a lot of these people without benefits and the ability to get their food, you're going to have the labor market be getting trash. So people are not making any money, period. We're already seeing this. That's what I've been saying this for the last couple of years. I told brothers, don't be doing a whole bunch of job hopping and you don't know what you're going to do next. If you want to switch gigs, you need to make sure that you have your gig solidified. Then you switch gigs. Don't just be quitting the job and thinking you're going to find another job. But, you know, a lot of people are not going to even have that problem. You're just going to get laid off. And some brothers are having a hard time finding new jobs after their company downsizes. You know, you might get a layoff and you're looking to go find something else, and there's just like nothing out there, man. You know, this is another way that people are going to get stressed and strained out. Okay. Another way that they're going to be doing that. Now, there's another part of this. Let me see if I can get to it. I want to say start talking about it around here. Let me see.
It was optional. It's imperative now. Right? It's not optional no more. So I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's Chris Sane. I don't care if it's Aristotle. I don't care who it is, bro. I don't care if it's Black Robin Hood. I don't care if it's Tay Sweat. I don't care if it's Terry. I don't care who it is, bro. Go learn how to do something. I don't care if you go to real estate and learn from Terry. I don't care if you learn from like it now. Or they're gonna implement something like this universal basic income.
There we go.
This is what I've been telling Jose about. I said, Jose, I said, you ever heard that before, Jose? He said, nah, bro, I never heard of that. I actually feel like he is testing it out right now. Remember he came on TV the other day and said, yeah, man, you know, we're gonna give people
He's talking about Trump, okay? Talking about Trump.
We're gonna give him a stimulus check from terrorists. Man, let me ask y'all a question, man.
The right is on the wall.
So I ask you a question. When in the hell you seen rich people, wealthy people in America do some shit for poor people out the kindness of their heart? I just want to take a minute to answer that question. And what American phase did you see them say, you know what, we're just gonna give everybody that's poor $2,000, fam? From tariff money. We know good and damn well. But you know what we said? Oh yeah, bro, I'm about to get that $2,000. Bro, they setting you up for the
and Jake breaking it down right. He's right. He is absolutely right, man. It's a setup. And you're gonna have to jump through certain parameters to be able to receive that money. And we know what it's gonna lead to. You're gonna have to put that chip in you, bro. If you want to get that, you're gonna have to put that chip up in you. You know? Point blank, period. You know? Straight up. He ain't gonna just help you out. Read this. This is Sirach 12:10. Never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him, even if he acts ever so humble. He is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Seat an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them. Okay? So, yeah, never trust your enemy. He ain't finna just hand out no $2,000 to everybody from no tariff money, and there's not an agenda behind it. But we know the agenda.
To kill.
I've been seeing it all over social media. They like, yo.
They don't see it. But you know what we said? Oh, yeah, bro. I'm about to get that $2,000. Bro, they setting you up for the kill.
I've been seeing it all over social media. They like, yo.
They don't see it. So let's just explain to them what the UBI is right quick. Do we got a video on that?
Me say, hey, everyone gets $1,000 a month. You're like, wow, that sounds too good to be true. It is not too good to be true. And this is a renaming of something called universal basic income, a policy that's been with the country since our founding. Thomas Paine was for it. He called it the citizen's dividend. Martin Luther King fought for it in 1967 in his book, Chaos or Community. And it is what he was fighting for every day up to the day he was assassinated in 1968. Milton Friedman and 1,000 economists signed a study saying this would be tremendous for America. And it even passed the U.S. House of Representatives twice in 1971. It came this close to being law. So this is not as radical as you might think. 44% of American jobs will be subject to automation in the next 20 to 30 years, 20 to 30% in the next 10 to 20 years. I mean, think about what that means. The most common jobs in the U.S. economy are administrative and clerical, which includes call center workers, retail and sales, food service and food prep, truck driving and transportation, and manufacturing. Those 5 sectors are all going to shrink, and that's half of American jobs. And then you're looking at other white-collar jobs like insurance agents and financial advisors and accountants and bookkeepers, radiologists. Like, a lot of professions are going to get affected by this. And so the way we fund the freedom dividend is we join every other advanced economy in the world and have a value-added tax that then gives the American public a tiny slice of every Amazon sale, every Google search, every Facebook ad, every robot truck mile, and returns it to your pockets. And there is one state that's had a dividend for almost 40 years, where everyone in that state gets between $1,000 and $2,000 a year, no questions asked. Did you know what state that is? It's Alaska. And Alaska funds it with oil money. And what I'm saying to you is that technology is the oil of the 21st century. And what they're doing for Alaska.
They was doing that over there in Libya and other different Arabic countries. The monies that they would make from the sales of oil and stuff like that, they would give a dividend back to the people. But this is the same thing that they could do with the profits that AI generates. The profits that AI generates, they can just say, hey, since the company is making or generating profits from AI and not having to spend on labor, what we're going to do is we're just going to give it back to the people as a small dividend. That's how we're gonna do this. And so a lot of this stuff has been done before and is in the works. So, yep.
With oil money, we can do for all Americans with technology money.
Like, we've seen this movie before.
Come on, bro. What I love about the way my guy broke it down was he made it seem like it was like, it ain't that bad.
Right.
There will be a clear sign of the haves and the have-nots. Now, of course, Facebook don't mind giving you a piece of that, and they're giving it. But what happens when your total income now is $30,000 a year? And here's the thing, y'all. For COVID, they already tested it on us. And if you look at it now, bro, you got to think about it, bro. Everything that happened for COVID really could have been And I said this when it happened. I said, "Nah, this is a shift right here. This the reset to push us forward where we go." Everybody understood. They were like, "Nah, this is a reset." Guess what, y'all? They already showed us what happens when your income is only the income that the government gives you. Bruh, it's a clear divide between the haves and the have-nots once this happens. Because now, millions of jobs no longer exist. Now everybody trying to wash cars, everybody trying to cut grass, and plumbing.
I was like, that's the last job, really, you think about it.
Construction is it, bro.
Construction.
And it's gonna be a point in time where everybody can't do construction.
So as the markets get shrunken down, it's going to force people to be in an extremely high needy position. It's going to get chaotic out here. So as they strip away the government entitled programs, as AI begins to take over the job market, all of these different chaotic things that are coming to the economy are going to lead to what? Right, the universal basic income systems, right, which are going to be accompanied with, digital technologies and biometric technologies in order to keep it safe and secure. So it's coming down the pipe, man. It's coming down the pipe. So we've been watching these things. We've been talking about these things for years, and piece by piece by piece, we're seeing it be implemented, So with that being said, man, Lord willing, that was edifying. Once they call Halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Hakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishop, the great millstone. Much peace, love, saints, HC. I came out there pushing the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, sincerely and true. Shalom.